like the bad guy again. There you go, man. These fucking stories, man.
Can you give me an untold Big Pun story?
That's my brother. You gonna get mad at me? Don't get mad at me, my brother.
Hey, but you know beef though.
Oh yeah.
You know beef all too well.
Yeah. You know, it ain't start off like that, but you know, living in the Bronx, in those streets, you know what I'm saying? You come across it. So, you know, you become aware of you know, what beef is. Yeah, this your boy Cuban Link, and you watching Thisis50 Jack Thriller. Let's get it.
The good bad guy.
La la la. Yeah. See, okay.
So like, you know, just to set the record straight on, like what was the real like disconnect between you and Fat Joe?
I mean, in my opinion, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, and I know him, so it was just that money, that greed for power, that control, and you know, I was always loyal, you know, dude in the clique, you know, regardless how many arguments me and him had, because we did bump heads. You know, I was never a yes man for nobody. You know, Pun, my brother, and I was never a yes man for Pun. That's the relationship we had, but. You know, he just likes yes men around him, like Joe. Joe likes that type of attention, that type of, you know, telling people what to do and, you know, just putting them down. He's just that type of dude, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was never that dude, but even though, you know what I'm saying, at one time we considered each other, like I considered my brother one time. So, you know, that relationship was tight like that. It's just, you know, that, you know, I got my deal and all of that, and you know, I expected him to play his role as far as, you know, management type, his position. And, you know, he's an artist plus a manager. That's like the double dipping shit.
Right.
It's called double dip. But, you know, we from the hood, we don't care about that. Like,
No, you trying to get on, yeah.
And plus, you cutting your man off because you don't want to put you on.
Right.
So you got to cut him a check here and there. You know, we just got to keep that word. Like, we got to keep it funky like that. And we was doing that, and he just never played his part. Like, it was something like he didn't want to use his power for me when he should have. Because at the end of the day, Joe could have been the nigga just sitting in the background when he got the best talent in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choose to do that because, you know, that fame, that spotlight, he wanted it badly. You know what I'm saying? He wanted it by any cost, by any means necessary. He wanted it. So, you know, that position of him sitting back didn't fit him so comfortably. So.
Did you approach him and what he say, hey man, where my money at, man? What's happening?
Oh, I knew about the funny money part a long time ago, but I just, you know, we just did it like, you know what? He put it together. He deserves a little extra to wet his beak up. You know what I'm saying? He put this together. So we never, you know, I knew about the deals, the Terror Squad deal that he got for all of us. When we first did the Terror Squad deal, you know what I'm saying? He gave a nigga 10 G's. He gave Pun 15 G's. Prospect, I think, got 75. Say's got 75. Meanwhile, I gave that nigga like a $10 million deal.
Wow.
We sat down because I was tired of this shit. And I'm like, yo, I wanted to find out some answers. Like, and I had my lawyer, which my lawyer was part of like the whole clique at the time, was part of Loud Records and all that. And you know, Joe knew my lawyer and all that, but you know, he's an upcoming lawyer. You know, Joe's lawyer is a real like Jew rich nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Joe's lawyer was he was the man, whatever. So we sitting around the lawyer's office, and you know, Joe starts his bullshit about, you know, how he feels about me, and I'm like, yo, this is not even the right place to talk personal. Like, we talking business. You know what I'm saying? So he started telling shit about, yo, you don't even need you, shit like that. So at the end of the day, the whole shit was like, you know what? You don't need me, and I don't need you. We feel like you feel mutual. Let's continue our careers in different ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do you, I'll do me. And we supposed to have squashed that right there. Like, on some more like, you know, let's just part ways. And then that's when, you know, the beef started in Jimmy's. We go in there, it's Angie Martinez's album release party. We know Angie, of course. That was like, you know, part of the family back in the days. Me and Joe already split up in the business sense, like a week fresh, that we already said, you know what, I'm gonna do me. We go to Jimmy's Cafe in the Bronx. That's where everybody, that was the hottest spot at the time. Angie's album release party. Angie's on stage when I get there. She invites me up there to do a song. It was called Live at Jimmy's. I go up there, do it with her, rocked it, you know. Then Joe was back like behind the stage. So now I'm getting off the stage and I see Joe. It's like, what's up, nigga? So he was already with a face, like. So I slapped him in the ass. I said, all right, nigga. Chilling for a minute, started getting my groove on with a little shorty in the sidelines. Maybe like 45 minutes. My man that I was with, he had like a face on him. And I was with my man, I was like, yo, what's going on? Because everything was cool already. I'm chilling, I'm in my mode already. But my man said, nah, this nigga Joe looking at me funny, like, this nigga mugging me, like. And I'm like, yo, chill out. I'm saying, chill out. Niggas got probably other things in their mind. I don't want you to start. You know how niggas start from the left instead of going direct. Like, bitch niggas do that. They always start some distraction over here, and then, you know, I'm over here set up on the side. So I'm trying to tell a nigga, yo, be on point, but just, you know what I'm saying? Just relax, don't start nothing. So, regardless, when I'm talking to my man, this nigga Joe pops up from behind, in front of my man's face. So now I'm like, looking at both of these niggas like, Joe's looking at him like that, and this nigga looking at him like, what's up? So I'm like, y'all not gonna do this, man. Remember, that's Angie's release party. I'm telling these niggas, like, y'all niggas not gonna do this. And I'm trying to, like, chill. And nigga Joe, you know, swings at my man, knocks my man over. So you know, I'm looking at this nigga, my man is down on the floor. I'm like, oh shit, and I'm looking back at Joe like to say, like, what the fuck you did? This nigga already coming with a punch at me. So he swings on me, hits me.
Joe hits you.
Joe swings on me, hits me. So I'm like, okay, I get back up, 3 seconds. I hit him with the right, the left, the right. Got him wobbling. He doing the wop backwards. He hit the railing. I'm on top of him, like, you know, wailing. Niggas start grabbing me, the security dudes from Jimmy's. But I'm over here like, yo, let me go. My focus is over here. Then some nigga from behind, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even see him. I heard the gem. I heard that. You know what I'm saying? So it was the orange box cutters. But I wasn't paying mind to that. It's like, my target is here. So, yeah, so he went to draw behind him. He was drawing and shit. I didn't feel none of that. I got outside. They pushed me outside, whatever. I'm out the door. I'm like, yo, these niggas just... Remember, I don't know shit.
You don't even know you cut yet.
I don't even know cut. So now I look down at my motherfucking medallion. So I had blood on my shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm looking at the shit. And I went like that. I said, oh, niggas cut me? So right there, my mind switched to someone like, yo, I'm looking at my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tear this nigga jaw off. I'm gonna take all the shit out on him, like in my head. And he looked, the way just he looked at me, it's like he really didn't know nothing. And it was like, if I do this to this nigga, I'm gonna be a bully. And I looked at him and was like, and I let it, I just went, you know what, I turned around and said, all right, it's all good. Called my composure. I was in the side of Jimmy's and I got on my knees and I prayed and I said, I asked God, you know, forgive me what I'm about to do, you know what I'm saying? And that was that real at the time. It was like, I really got on my knees in front of a club and I just asked him for forgiveness because, you know, of the things that I'm doing. And as soon as I opened my eyes, I seen Remy. She said, what the fuck happened? He was pulling up in a red Mercedes. Yo, what's going on? Come on. She got me in the car. She took me to the hospital. It was Remy who took me to the hospital. Whoa, yeah.